Speaking of Biden.
Vice President Joe Biden. Chris Hansen here of Hansen versus Predators.
Hey.
Enter Predator and have a seat with Chris Hansen. Been going through some transcripts. And I guess the question is, did you really think it was okay to sniff the hair of that young girl?
Holy shit, dude. Joe Biden.
He's a molester.
Joe Biden.
He's a child molester.
Dude, this isn't good for Joe Biden when you have Chris Hansen.
No, it's
on your
not.
case.
No, it's not.
Look at the last guy.
It's like what fucking it's what Stevie Cybernetics said about Chris Hansen. It's like, you know, if Hansen's knocking on your door, you know, like at that point you're fucked.
Yep.
It's kind of like if he worked at one of those fucking emergency lines and somebody calls like 911 and they're like, Chris Hansen is at my door. It's like, okay,
Dude.
well, what'd you do?
This is insane. This is actually insane. This could actually destroy Biden's candidacy.
I don't know about that. I don't know.
This
No,
has
it
been
could.
around for a long, long time,
Yeah.
and
No,
people paid
but
attention
dude-
to it for like 5 minutes, and then it just went away.
If Chris Hansen is actually like shining light on it, I don't know, dude. He's got that boomer audience, yo. They might
but it's-
they might listen to him.
I don't think he has it anymore because I mean, like, you know, he's
He's
still
not on
TV
television.
occasionally.
Yeah, he's not really on TV
Yeah.
anymore. He doesn't have a show, so like he's an
The main
internet
thing
guy.
he does now is like this Onision shit that's going on.
Yeah, he's more of an internet personality now
That's
than anything.
true. It might make a small impact. I don't know, dude. I don't know. If enough people realize that Joe Biden is a fucking creep and enough people are talking about it.
Well, Bernie Sanders isn't going to talk about it, so.
Well, maybe Bernie Sanders doesn't need to talk about it.
You know, I'm sorry, man, but just the polling would tell me otherwise. Like,
Okay.
and it's a real issue because you know who is going to talk about it? Donald Trump will talk about it. So it needs to be addressed here and now. Like, it needs to be
Sure.
addressed here and now. This is fucking important. This isn't like something that we can just fucking ignore, okay? We can't just ignore that Joe Biden is a fucking creepy asshole. We cannot ignore this, okay? Like, we
Dude.
can't turn a blind eye on it. And the fact that Bernie won't come out and address it, I'm sorry, but it's very damning. Like, he needs to come out and make a statement about it.
It's true. I don't know. He does. He needs to take the gloves off. I know that's not the type of person he is, but we don't like. Look, Bernie, you've decided to be at the forefront of this political revolution. Okay, so if you're gonna do that, you have to realize that this is a political revolution, and yes, your opponents. You need to go after your opponents. So I agree with you there, and I do wish that he would do that. I don't know, dude. If he won't though, here's the thing though. If he won't, the second best thing is for other people to be talking about it. Is for it to be just general knowledge. Joe Biden is in mental decline. Joe Biden is a creep. Joe Biden is not fit to beat Donald Trump. Let people be aware of that. Even if Bernie Sanders isn't gonna, that's the thing. If Bernie Sanders isn't gonna tell people that, then other people have to. If Bernie Sanders isn't gonna make these certain lines of attack, then his supporters need to do that for him. Otherwise,
It's not gonna happen.
But, I mean, it already is happening. Like, this is what I'm. This is
No,
what
I'm
saying.
talking about Bernie being the person he needs to be in this fucking race. I mean, like,
no,
he's not gonna do that.
No, he's not going to. It's very apparent at this point. He doesn't have the conviction to do this. So yeah, his supporters have to go around and do it for him, which is sad. But I mean, you know, and the sad, you know, what the worst part about it is, it perpetuates this idea that, oh, I'm not going to vote for Bernie because the toxic Bernie bros, you know.
yeah.
What I'm trying to say is that, like, I don't trust his supporters to, like, get this information out there the right way and in a way that's actually going to convince people. Like, they need to hear it from the horse's mouth. You know what I mean? They might respect it from him, but they're probably not going to respect it from his supporters. Holy shit.
Yeah.
I'm really high.
His reporters.
His reporters.
Okay,
Degenerate.
Scooby. All right.
Ruh-roh.
So fucking we're kind of late on this, but Kamala Harris endorses Biden, which is, I guess we'll just get
We
into
already
it.
knew about this
Top
because
Kamala.
Biden flubbed and announced it himself.
This kind of like what I'm looking at here. It feels like a freeze frame from the beginning of a movie where it's like, you know,
Freeze frame.
record scratch. Yep, that's me. I bet you wonder how I ended up in this sticky situation.
Yeah,
Hey
dude, it
everybody,
does.
so I'm here in Alabama.
Cop
Jesus
Mala.
Christ.
I'm here to suck the DNC's cock.
Yep, of course.
Hey everybody! So I'm here in Alabama. I arrived here to
She makes me
commemorate
sick.
the 55th anniversary.
Bloody
of
Sunday.
I'll be walking across the Edmund Pettus Bridge again with John Lewis and so many great leaders and fighters.
Oh my God.
Yeah, because when I hear that, that evokes Joe Biden in my mind.
Yeah, she's trying to use this as a platform to build up Joe Biden as this.
He's
this
a fighter.
war.
He's a leader. He's gonna take Trump behind the gym and jerk him off.
We all know Joe
It's gonna be
Biden doesn't give a
amazing.
shit about black people. Like we've seen how he's voted in the past. It's very obvious.
Yeah, but she fucking called him on that. She almost demolished him in the beginning of this
That's
race.
what, dude.
She-
That's why she deserves zero respect from anyone, because she's not a serious person, dude. And that is why. That's why, like I said last week, you can tell a lot more from a person doing the endorsing than the person getting endorsed. Because you know what? All these people, you can see each and every one of them. They were all taking stabs at Joe Biden a few months ago. Now they're all pretending to be his best fucking friend, and you can see none of them are real. None of them have principles. None of them believe a goddamn thing they say. And it's fucking disgusting.
I mean, like, she had him on stage right next to her. She was like, okay, well, I don't think you're a racist, but... And at that point, it's like, okay, you're about to fucking take a swift jab at this motherfucker. And she's like, okay, well, answer for this busing shit that I had to experience as a kid.
Thinking about all of the folks who, for generations, have fought and died for our civil rights and fought to help our
like
nation
Bernie.
achieve its ideals. And
Like
you
Bernie.
guys know we still have yet to achieve those ideals, but one of the greatest things about it
Yeah,
is
why
we
aren't you
are
endorsing the
No,
only
wh-
person on stage who actually has like a history of fighting for fucking civil rights, like a long, decades-long history? Instead, you're deciding to embrace Joe Biden.
The one who fought against civil rights, literally. That you brought up on fucking stage. Like, what is this, Kamala? You have zero principles. You have zero fucking principles, and you make me sick.
Trump has a more progressive political history than Joe Biden.
He does.
Jesus.
I'm not even
In some
fucking
areas.
kidding. Yes.
So I just wanted you guys to know, because you've been supporting me for so long, and I
Nobody
just
has.
wanted you guys to know I have decided that I am, with great enthusiasm, going to endorse Joe Biden for President of the United States. I believe in
Yep.
Joe. I really believe
You-
in
no,
him,
you
and
don't.
I've known him for a long time.
No, you don't.
One of the
Crock of
things
shit.
that we need right now is
If you
we need
believed
a
in him
leader
for a
don't
long
believe
time,
in
then why did you run against him? And why did you take the piss out of him live on air? That was one of the few things that you never did good in your fucking entire
Yeah.
campaign.
Dude, people call Warren a snake, but I feel like Kamala's also, like, might be a bigger
yeah,
snake.
dude.
Because, I mean, like, when she was part of the legal system, she actively threw, especially, like, young African-American males in prison for, weed and shit like that. She even contributed to, like, a guy getting fucking executed on shoddy evidence. She doesn't give a fuck about justice. And then she has the audacity to stand on stage and be like, oh, well, my record has been twisted. What do you mean
believes in
fucking...
nothing.
How? Yeah, and then, like, as she says that, she attacks Joe Biden, and now she's just ignoring that. So it's like, okay, well, the past doesn't matter with Kamala. It just doesn't. What
Nothing
matters is,
matters.
like, how can I forward my own career? How can I
Yeah.
climb the ladder of success? She's a
Kamala,
snake.
That's what matters.
care about the people and who can therefore unify the people. And I believe Joe can do that. I am supporting Joe because I believe that he is a man who has lived his life with great dignity. He is a
God.
public
Oh my!
servant.
Are you fucking kidding me? This isn't even.
Dignity? He's a doddering old fool with, like, a shitty fucking track
He
record.
has no dignity
He's
left.
a gaff machine.
Any
It's just
shred
such
of dignity that he has left will be destroyed if he actually does go up against Donald Trump. It's gonna be fucking destroyed by him and his supporters. Like, what the fuck? You're talking
Dude.
the exact opposite than how you were 6 months ago. It's like you're a politician or something. Like, what the fuck am I looking at?
Dude, none of this applies to him. This is just a generic speech, dude. She just put Joe Biden's name in it. She took some generic positive speech, crossed out whatever, and
Dude.
put Joe Biden.
Dude, okay.
Fighting for the people.
She's
Great
reading a
leadership.
Dude,
She's
you know what
reading
I
a
like to believe?
teleprompter off screen, dude.
Okay, so I like to imagine there was like multiple takes of this, like whoever like ended up being the front runner by now. Like there's multiple versions of this video, and there's one where she's like saying all the different names, like one where she's saying like Buddha Judge and all that shit. Oh
Yeah,
my
that
god,
probably
dude.
is, dude.
I
probably
guarantee you,
is.
man. I guarantee you. What there's one for
There's probably
Bloomberg.
even dude, there's probably even a Bernie one.
There
where she's like,
probably is
"Okay,
a Bernie one. There probably
this is if
I
I ever have to bend the knee to Bernie. I'm just gonna get this out of the way. I hope I never have to use it, but
dude, I shit
never
you not.
know."
And you know what the funny thing is? It's the exact same words, only the
Yep.
names are switched. Only the
Yep.
fucking names are switched. This was made generic as
Always
possible, so it could
worked
apply
for
to
the
any of
best
them.
of who we are as a nation, and we need that right now. There is so much at stake in this election, guys. So join me
There
in
is.
supporting Joe, and let's get
No.
this done. And
That's
come and hang
exactly
out
why I'm
with me
not
gonna
Detroit
support
Monday
him,
night. Come join
because
us
there's a
Monday
lot
night.
at stake.
I'll see you later.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ, you fucking
Yeah,
idiot.
you know what? Dude, can I just say I am so sick of these neoliberals with this fucking. Yes, there is a lot at stake, but you fucking seem to have your priorities mixed up because you think that the thing that's at stake is getting out the big orange buffoon. Oh yes, Orange Man bad. We have to defeat him. No, what's at stake is healthcare and wages and fucking education and so fucking much. The economy, the fucking environment, like goddamn climate change, motherfuckers. There is a lot at stake, and we shouldn't be doing fighting over some petty fucking tribalism.
No, the person we need is the person who said that under his leadership nothing would change. That's what you need right now.
Yeah, when there's a lot at stake, we need the one who's gonna do nothing. We
Dude, you
need
know
the
what's gonna-
candidate
Go to Joe.
who's gonna do nothing.
3-0.
You know what's gonna pain me more than anything?
3-0.
If Joe Biden actually does win, then we're gonna have to see all these people who are progressive but like don't stand by their convictions, being like, "No, guys, you gotta vote for Joe. You don't want the orange man, do you?" And there's gonna be this big divide on Twitter, and it'll be a bunch of it'll be the left continuing to divide itself, like opening that old wound that we opened in 2016, and the conservatives will be just like, yeah, oh man, we got the guy, until fucking, I mean, if he wins again, like, I'm just gonna say that 2024 will not be a good time to be a Republican, because like there is nobody else on the planet, for better or worse, that's like Donald Trump, and you can't tell me otherwise.
Oh yeah, no,
No,
dude.
I'm not gonna do that.
I don't see a Republican. Well, okay, dude. I still think Kanye. I don't know, dude. The Republicans are insane.
Dude, he's the closest. He's the closest thing, man. He's the closest thing, and that I like that you bring that up, because that is part of my big theory, man. I do
He's
think that
posturing.
he's gonna be the one. He's his protege. Kanye West is
Yep.
gonna run for president, dude. It's gonna happen. He's gonna run as a Republican. Mark my fucking words.
No, he's been posturing for it. You could tell. I mean, back in 2016, he did a song where he teased the idea of running for president, and he was doing MAGA shit, and he was like, "Oh yeah, look at me, I'm a Republican now. I'm a Republican, guys." It wasn't because he was trying to run in 2016. It's because he was getting ready to run in 2024. He knew Trump would win, and he thought, okay, if I cozy up to Trump, you know, get my fucking base pissed off at me, that's fine. I don't care. I'm Kanye. My ego is so big. I don't care if my audience hates me. I want to be president, motherfuckers.
And you know what the thing is? He wants to be president for the same reason that Trump does. Not because he wants to make a political change, but because he wants to expand his brand and become a part of U.S. history.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah, it's about his fucking legacy more than anything else.
Well,
It's
yeah.
true. It's about leaving his historical mark.
So he can be a god.
I'm right. You guys know I'm right about
It
this.
is.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's true.
Kanye has literal songs where he says, "I am a god. I'm a fucking god, yo. Me, Kanye West. I am God. Even though I believe in God, I am a god as well." You know, yeah, that's of course that's his wet dream, is being president of the United States.
Thank you very much.
Dude, they're gonna go from orange to black, dude. They're gonna go from orange to black.
Or dude,
Black is the new orange.
yeah, dude, black is the new orange.